It is always the tuning song. Always, always. The tuning song. So, hello from Blighty. Hello from the UK. It is ridiculous o'clock at night to be starting something on my end, but you know, a whole lot of people are going to be watching from the States, so I kind of feel like it makes a little bit more sense to do a show based on stateside time. For those of you that have watched the last couple of streams over the last 2 weeks or so, the plan, as you know, is to sort of tweak and see if everything is playing out the way it's supposed to with timing and so forth and so on. Are you getting it on Facebook? It should be on Restream. That's weird to me, but whatever. It should also be on YouTube, yeah? Yeah, might as well make sure while we've got a second. You guys also ought to be able to hear the lovely and talented Knut in the background, who is handling my Seeing Eye Human duties this evening. If you can hear him, awesome. If you can't hear him, less awesome, but put something up in chat in the comments so that we know, and that'll be cool. But I know we're live on Facebook. We should also now be live on YouTube. It's extra strange. I don't know why we don't hear him. I am going to have to look into that after the fact. I bet I know how I can fix it, but I don't want to take the time to do that now and have you guys look at the front of my head while I do. So I guess you don't hear Knut, which is sad. His dulcet tones are not coming through. However, here's the reason I will know what you're saying while we're doing this, which is kind of cool. So there you go. There's miles on the phone from where I stand alone back to where you are. And the clouds all around bring the rain coming down. Walking the rooms, half remembered. Though I've never been here before, dreams more like memories stop the flood and around me as I open up the door. Oh, there's miles on the phone from where I stand alone back to where you are. And the clouds all around bring the rain coming down. I know all the pictures on the wall, but I can't tell you why. And I'd like to believe that I finally come home. Oh, but that wouldn't be a lie. Oh, there's miles on the phone from where I stand alone back to where you are. And the clouds all around bring the rain coming down. Coming down. So yeah, random rain live from Blighty, which is appropriate because it's been raining off and on all day. Because it's England, and that's what happens here. There's random sweets you've never heard of, which are awesome. There's random food you think you've heard of, which is much different in England than it is back in the States. And there's rain, which is cool. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah, that was my understanding. We were in directly through Live Studio. You could see all the comments as they came through, and I thought you could also see the show, but certainly you could see all the comments as they came through. Are you not seeing them? We are experiencing interesting difficulties that may or may not be technical. Using a little bit of new software. Just a little bit of new software. So we're playing with it, trying to dial everything in for the stream. Yeah, so the basic plan of attack here is you're going to hop in whenever you guys feel like joining us. We'll do this kind of once a week. Still homing in on the right time. Still kind of homing in on it one by one, picking the right day, the right time to make sure this all works out, and we kind of can get the most impact and hang out with the most of you guys at one time. So far, we've done Friday afternoons, we've done Saturday afternoons, and now we're doing Friday evening. When I'm back in the States, it'll be easier to do this at a different time on Friday without it being this, thing that makes my neighbors want to kill me. So I feel like I've pushed it about as late as I can as far as time to start. But yeah, so it's a little straightforward. It's a little ask me anything, hop in, ask questions, fuck with the blind guy like you do. I'll play some music, new, old, blue card, modern stuff from the books and the soundtrack. Okay, so that's kind of the gig like that and what we're doing. Give me that again, Knut. That's odd. Again, technical difficulties as we play with the new software. It is allowing us to be on multiple platforms at once, which is why we're both showing up on YouTube and on Facebook now. But still, learning curve. These are things that happen. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, anything you want to say, give a shout out, ask random dumb blind guy questions, stuff about the books, stuff about the music, anything, ask away. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of sit here and blather on like I do and play music like I also do. I have been known to do those things. I am reasonably well known as a guy who blathers and a guy who makes music. So, there's that. Thanks, Doug. It was an interesting effort today. Big shout out to YouTuber West Sage, badass, awesome animator, good friend of mine, and member of my org for Star Citizen, which I'm still barely able to play, Vision and all. He was kind enough to spend a ridiculous amount of time as we back and forth and sort of chased around ways to get this super extra sexy background you're seeing behind my head, which for the folks watching at home and keeping score is actually the landscape that is the book cover for the new release, The Drums of Unrest. I'm reaching for my capo on the counter in front of me on the table here, and it's not there. Why? Well, because it's on my guitar. It's like that guy walking around with the glasses on top of his head going, where are my glasses? I had them a minute ago. I don't know where they are. Yeah. So. I'm going to recommend, Knut, that you poke around at it at least a little bit. As long as you can see comments, we're good. That's the really important part, right? So that we get one universal set of comments so that they can be responded to when they need to be. Right, so we've got that, which is good. This way, nobody got to go back and forth between platforms to figure out what's going on. We'll figure out later on, I guess, why it's not giving us the preview the way it's supposed to. But at least we're getting universal comments, which is cool. And if you're wondering why I reach forward every time I'm talking to him directly, it's because streaming always has a bit of a delay, a couple seconds, and I have him separately on Discord with a push-to-talk thing going on, which is instant. So I get the information from him kind of live, but if I were to make him wait, then there'd be this weird kind of game delay between when I said something and he heard it. So that's that. I'm sure you're absolutely fascinated to know the inner workings of the Blind Guy stream. I mean, I'm not even that fascinated. I can't imagine you are. But, barring questions, I'm going to jump into the next song. Because I've had this one in my head for a while, and I haven't gotten to sing it or play it in a while, so I'm going to. So, this is a song from Listening from the Outside, which was my second full-length disc. Although its production quality kind of sounds more like it was my first one. It's like a Garage Days revisited thing. It's totally not, but that's how it sounded. This is where budgets are important. But in any event, this is a song called I Am. Jen, that's awesome. Thank you so much for dropping by. And for being able to hang out with me in the car, no less. That's super badass. So this, which I know for a fact you personally have been at a show when I've done this live, this is I Am the Fire. That you can't fly too close to. I'm the light that burns you in the night. Whatever else I say to you is untrue. Oh, I hypnotize and you forget to fight. Yeah. I'm the fire that you can't fly too close to, becoming what I thought I'd laid to rest. A desperate, wretched hunger where my smile ends. Oh, a desperate, wretched burning in my chest. No one hears the thoughts inside my mind, so what I show is what is real. All that matters is the tick of time, waiting for the next life that I steal. I am the fire. Oh, I'm the fire that you can't fly too close to. Voice, the gravity that draws you in. Truth is a wish for words for me to drown in. Oh, and in its wake reveals my every sin. No one hears the thoughts inside my mind, so what I show you is what is real. And all that mattered was the tick of time, waiting for the next life that I steal. I am the fire. I am the fire. I'm the fire you can't fly too close to, becoming what I thought I'd laid to rest. A desperate, wretched hunger where my smile ends. Oh, a desperate, wretched burning in my chest. I am the fire. Force a habit to let the guitar ring out. I suppose I could just, clamp it down and stop sooner, but just a habit, like you do. I'm going to take a second to say God bless coffee. I'm sure that's a sentiment most of you can agree with, and if you can't, I'd best not know about it. Safest that way. then we can still be friends, you see. Anything else going on in the comments? Anybody have any questions, requests, thoughts, poems, haiku? Okay, just so we can test on something, because it has found a new setting, somebody type some sort of comment of some sort in the chat on either YouTube or Facebook, wherever you are. Doesn't matter what it is, you can type F in the chat for what the fuck is going on, it's fine, just something. In the meantime, we've started to see some reviews, which is ridiculously awesome and flattering and badass. And apparently, you people seem to like the book. You people. You people! Awesome. All right, we have now confirmed that comments are in fact coming through, which is good, and thank you. But you people apparently seem to like the book, which is awesome. If you've read it and you have not had the chance, please consider dropping by Amazon and reviewing it. The way reviews work on Amazon is if we can get 50 reviews on the book, 50, then Amazon will promote the book for us. They will be the ones who tell everybody else, hey, if you like that, you should read this book. But that's where reviews come in. The big difference between writing prose, writing books versus writing music is you can go and perform your music and maybe, sell a CD or a t-shirt or something like that. You don't really perform your book. I will. I like pie too. Also, oh my God, Vicky Rojas, what's going on, baby? And Karen, I can't yet. I will. That I can do. I can do Make Time Blind. I cannot do the War Inside for you because it has been too long since I've played it. I will have it next time I stream. Now that I know that's the song you want. As it's unreleased, it's a duet that I never did release because it has to be recorded the right way. But I will do that next time, I promise. I do not want to waste everybody's time as I try to remember all the chords and kind of get myself lined up for it. You're reaching way back with that one, Karen, but I promise I will do it, just not today. Also, hi Karen, hi Paul. But I can do Make Time Blind for Doug, because I have that one on deck. So this comes off of In Plain Sight, which was the first full-length release. This is, well, you know what this is. Yeah, boo next time, haha. Yeah, this is Make Time Blind. It's either everybody's favorite song or it's that one that they go, wait, what's that one again? It's either super forgettable or the one that absolutely everybody remembers and loses their mind over. Which is a weird distinction, but, what are you going to do? So. I'm sorry, who are you again? Sometimes I get so wrapped up I don't know where to turn. There are nights I like to drink myself to oblivion. My empty arms, my empty bed, my lonely's like a blade. Oh, I conjure up a picture, but my image is all fake. Get pushed aside by thoughts of what could be. The frequent lies I tell myself cloud over what I see. Footsteps that tomorrow brings come trampling through the fields. All that separate the boundaries of my fictions and what's real.
till I run out of time. Daylight's arms shall pull me back. I can't make them let go. Oh, I only wish that I could make time blind. Yeah. Lie here in this misty place between waking and my dreams. I try like hell to convince myself that this is what it seems. I hold you in my arms, I see my fathers and my sons, and I can't help but wonder how long till my will is done. Till my will is done. Till my will is done. I can't help but want these things. I know why I am here, and the trials that tomorrow brings in time will disappear. My love, if I don't find you somewhere on this ragged plane, oh, then look for me where dreams and nightmares parade. So leave it leads to a secret world, the playground of the mind. Oh, and there inside I'll hold you close till I run out of time. Daylight's arms shall pull me back. I can't make them let go. No, no, I only wish that I could make time blind. Oh, I only wish that I could make time blind. Oh, I only wish that I could make time blind.
Geez, I can't remember the last time I played that song live. Thanks, Doug. I know, you're very excited to watch me drink. So we're going straight into the new song nobody's heard, is what you're telling me, Karen. And where am I double live, Mr. Mike? Am I double live on Facebook? Because that shouldn't be. I'm on YouTube and I'm on Facebook, or is that what you're talking about? All right, so you're only seeing me on YouTube and Facebook, Mike. You're not seeing me on Facebook twice, is that right? What's that? Shouldn't be. You'd have to check Restream. We should have only the Facebook page and... Oh, can we unactive can we unactive the one on the profile? It should only be two active. There should only be the page and YouTube. All right, so if you're watching through my page, you're going to have to move. I don't want to have this, all over the internet in 3 different places all at once. That's silly. So we'll take it down from the page, from the profile. You'll still find it on YouTube. You'll still find it on the JP Corwin official page. So if you guys are watching from the other page, I'm sorry, but it won't be hard for you to find us. Just JP Corwin Official or just YouTube/JP Corwin. I know, I'm a jerk. I'm sorry. And now, because apparently Karen has decided, she has spoken and decided that I am to do stuff that nobody's heard before tonight. That's apparently what's happening. This is a relatively new song, still working on all the details, and there'll be hopefully some cool stuff to come in the not too distant future, but I'm not going to be the one to announce it just yet. There's someone else hanging out on the stream who can do that announcing if they really want to. But this is a bit of some new JPC coming out. This is a song called Better Off Alone. Jesus, pardon me. It's so informal, I'm making random noises. All right.
Can't see any way from here. Only winds in which lights wade around the sea. All the greatness in our veins is wasted. All we seem to hear is how small all of our chances seem to be. What if we leave this town? Let everything crash down for one more day or night can pull us in. What if the light's too bright? What if the time's not right? If we leave, what if we really can't go home? If that's true, maybe we're better off alone. I'm sick of waking up to fall asleep. Yeah, man, every day's just like the day before. All the frozen fears of friends and family, the secrets that they keep them all from ever walking out of that door. What if we leave this town? Let everything crash down for one more day or night can pull us in. What if the light's too bright? What if the time's not right? If we leave, what if we really can't go home? If that's true, maybe we're better off alone. What if we leave this town? Let everything crash down before one more day or night can put us in. What if the light's too bright? What if the time's not right? If we leave, what if we really can't go home? If that's true, maybe we're better off alone. If that's true, maybe we're better off alone. If that's true, maybe we're better off.
There you go, some new JPC for you. That is Better Off Alone, and is not fully recorded yet, but will be. Karen, I blame you. I blame Paul too, but I mainly blame you. Thanks, Karen. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any other requests? Anybody have anything cool going on? Anything worth talking about? Aside from, we're finally getting a Moon Knight series, and it looks like we're actually going to get Charlie Cox back as Daredevil, which I'm ridiculously excited about. Go figure. Looks like Charlie Cox is going to be Daredevil again in the new Spider-Man movie, which is phenomenally awesome. This is absolutely true. There are 10 new Star Wars shows coming. Some of them I'm even interested in. Yeah. Well, I would love to tell you guys that I am in the process of working on the audiobook version for the Drums of Unrest, but the amount of money that's going to cost is enough to probably come close to buying a new, very small car to get the same level of quality. I mean, we've got Simon Vance for the first book, for Dawn of Unions, and I mean, he is literally the award-winningest audiobook narrator in the history of audiobook narration. Like, the guy did Dune and all the Anne Rice stuff, and he's recently done stuff for George R.R. Martin, and V for Vendetta, and Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I mean, just the list of credits this guy has is ridiculous. I still have no idea why Simon Vance said yes, but I'm not complaining. He was the narrator in my head. He also doesn't come cheap, nor should he, because he's that damned good. When you're at the top of your game, you can kind of command a very, very respectable price, and rightly so. In order to get him back, and he's, based on our conversation, certainly willing to come back, the amount of money it would cost would be probably close to $12,000 when all is said and done. And I obviously don't have that lying around. Let me check under the... No, there's definitely not $12,000 lying around. So, there are other ways to get audiobooks done, and there are other people that can be brought in. And I'm thinking at this point of doing something like an ensemble cast. For each... Those of you that have read the book, you know that we do a little head hopping, jumping around from kind of group ensemble to group and ensemble. So my thought process is maybe to have individual people doing each individual ensemble. That will change the cost because not everybody is Simon Vance, and not everybody costs as much as Simon Vance. He's worth every penny and more, but you have to have the pennies to spend. So my thought process is I'll bring Simon back on board, at least as of right now, to redo, to reprise his roles from all the stuff that happened in Thorian County in the first book and Dawn of Unions, and then bring other people on to take care of the other roles going forward, the other individual ensembles, Yobam and Garislan and so forth. And that will change the cost more in our favor and make it a little more manageable and more likely to come to pass, but still, as much as I would love to tell you the audiobook is on deck, the audiobook is absolutely not on deck, not unless things become ridiculous and awesome and enormous and the universe starts buying the book and there are reviews coming out of the woodwork. So I know, because I've already had people ask about it, you guys want the audiobook. Believe me, I want to deliver. But I don't want to do it half-assed. I try really hard not to ever let that happen. So it's going to be a bit. But it's something I'm working toward and trying to put money into. So we'll see. That's where things like book sales and CD sales and Patreon and so forth and so on come in. So we'll see how that shakes out. But again, the most productive thing that you guys can do to speed that process along, read the book, write a review for the book, tell other people about the book. grassroots this stuff. The more interest there is, by definition, the more money there is, and that means we're that much closer to getting the audiobook up. But that's just the book side of things. I am, of course, still working on the series soundtrack. For those of you that have been following me on YouTube, I'm sure by now you've seen the Scions of Skulf animated stuff. West Sage, Hybrid V, and I have put together, along with the incomparable Paul Warren voicing the narrator from that. The music from that is all part of the Cycle of Bones soundtrack that I'm working on, which is a combination of the folk stuff from the books, which of course, if they're songs in the book, of course they're actual songs. You've met me. Some of you quite literally and physically. You've met me. You know how this works. But beyond that, there's also a lot of cinematic stuff I'm doing, kind of full orchestral stuff and choir and so forth and so on, because, again, I'm me and I kind of have to. It's nice to be able to stretch those particular muscles, and I've got the rig here that I can actually do that. I've got access to some other musicians, but beyond that, I've also got a fairly robust suite of virtual instruments, solid strings, percussion, different voices and artists, woodwinds, the whole shot. So I've been doing a lot of work on that. I can tell you now definitively that we're not going to get the series soundtrack out before Christmas. There's no chance. Things have gotten in the way, and the process has not gone as quickly as I wanted it to. But my anticipation at this point is to see that come out early next year, and hopefully they'll be at about the same time, or hopefully before summer at the latest, some brand new JPC, sort of modern rock, blind indie rock stuff. And I may not be alone on this one. It may not be me and a handful of hired guns, but we'll see how that shakes out. It's not my news to tell yet, but it's a thing that's being talked about and potentially worked on. At the least, there will be a guest star or two, but hopefully it'll be a little more than that. But we'll see. I know, Enigma, Christmas secrets, bah, jerk. But what are you gonna do? So I feel like I'll do probably 2 more songs, give or take, and then we'll call it a day. Because I want these to be mini sets. Otherwise, if you sat through a typical, you guys, those of you that have been to my shows know the drill. If I take over a place, I'm probably playing for 2 to 3 hours straight without a break. That's cool if you want to be there for that whole time. And it's cool because you get to hear pretty much all of your favorite JPC stuff. But for a stream, if I do that, you're not going to come back for months. It sort of defeats the purpose. I kind of want it to be a thing where it's a different set of songs, or mostly a different set of songs every time we do this. So I want to make sure I keep them reasonably short, 5, 6-ish songs, and we'll call it a day. So I feel like we'll do 2 more songs, and then barring questions and answers or things getting crazy, we'll wrap it up there. I will tell you there will be new merch very soon. We're working on that in the background too. Both stuff from the books and stuff from just the music, which is kind of exciting. Been a while since I've had new merch. I would rather be using Renaissance Arts, but while they've done an amazing job keeping up with the pandemic, despite, with their orders, despite the pandemic and how badly that's impacted their business and other small businesses, they've done an amazing job getting all of the shirts and things out on time and in the hands of the people that have bought them, which I'm really happy about. But unless things have changed, and if they have, I'm certain somebody, including Mike or Sherry, will tell me. They're not quite at the point where they're doing full-on print-on-demand, kind of one-off, two-off things, so I can't use them for merch yet. I can use them for merch when I go to shows, and I have done, but I can't use them for the whole print-on-demand merch. I want a specific X shirt. Okay, I'll print that and send it to you. Unless things have changed, they don't have that capability yet. Otherwise, there's nowhere I'd rather do business. Mike and Jerry are awesome. Renaissance Arts is great. They do quality work. I love their stuff. So if you're listening, Mike, or catching this on the rebound, if that has changed or changes, please let me know, and I'll kind of redirect everything. So. Meanwhile, we're working on the next episode of Scions of Skulf, which is the animated history of the world of the books. For people that care about that stuff and want to do the super deep extra fandom dive, it's a bunch of useful history, and the animation is cool, and I'm really excited about it, and the guys have done a phenomenal job. It's the sort of thing you don't need in order to read the books. but whatever. For extra reference, it's nice to have. The other stream hasn't been turned off. We'd probably have to shut down and come back on. Oh, well, that works too. So, does anybody have any questions or requests before I dive into the next song, the penultimate song of the evening? Let's go. I don't want to do it there. Please forgive me if I do not see myself. These chains that your ghost makes me wear make me feel like someone else. Crush beneath my heel, wish I wished you were here. No words can make this real, no sounds let you appear. Your life is dangerous when breathed into me. Your name is a killing word that walks right through me. Your face is 100 prayers for my salvation. Your taste, well, there are no words but that sensation. Please forgive me if I take too much time, yeah. Sometimes our words drive us away without a reason or rhyme. I can't make pretty words, I don't know poetry. No rights to bring you home, no hope to bring you back to me. Your life is dangerous when breathed into me. Your name is a killing word that walks right through me. Your face is 100 prayers for my salvation. Your taste, now there are no words but that sensation. Your life is dangerous when breathed into me. Your name is a killing word that walks right through me. Your face is 100 prayers for my salvation. Your taste, oh, there are no words for that sensation. Man, I haven't done that one either in a long time. I love getting back to doing this. I have not played live shows in a couple of years proper. I like the occasional one-off, but that's it. It's just been insane with the way things have shaken out. You know, places closed down even before the pandemic, and then there was a lot of travel. I mean, I was in Tampa. I was briefly in Jacksonville. I was in Tampa again. I ended up over in let's see, first it was the UK, after the UK was South Korea, then back to the UK, then back briefly up to the Orlando area to Claremont, then down to South Florida, and now I'm back in the UK. It has been a crazy couple of years. There are worse things to have happen, right? Like it's all first world problems, I get that, but still, it's been pretty crazy. Between that and the pandemic and everything else, it's just been weird. I haven't been able to do shows. So one of the other benefits to getting together on Friday nights or Saturday afternoons and doing stuff like this is it kind of brings me back into the mode of playing instead of the mode of recording. If you haven't done that particular gig, and a whole lot of people haven't, recording is not the same as performance. There's an emphasis on as close to absolute perfection as you can arrange in the studio. You retake it and retake it and retake it until you get exactly what you want out of it. Live, you don't do that. It's all about the energy of the performance. It's all about the connection with whoever's listening, or even just you being in whatever zone you're in while you're performing. So it's a completely different set of muscles. So one of the cool things about this whole random kind of mini sets stream thing is that it puts me back in the zone and the mindset of not just recording but performing. So it's cool. I'm enjoying it. That's, I guess, the bottom line. Shut up! Stop talking, Blinky. So that's kind of where things stand at this point. Barring any requests, I'm going to do one more piece and we're going to call it a night. And now I will wait for Knut to actually catch up. And I will drink more coffee, because coffee. It's funny you should say that. Sarah Monster! Nice to hear from you. Awesome. Glad you could make it on. Hope you and the other two are doing well. All right. So, I think we're going to do one more and call it a day. By all means, leave any comments. Oh my God, you made it this time! And you didn't make it to do a drive-by, which is awesome. Glad you made it out. If you guys have anything else you want to ask, set up for future shows like this, anything else you want to kind of let me know about or request, or you didn't get to hear the song you wanted or whatever, leave it in the comments, or just reach out to me on social media, either one. And, when we do this again next week, or whenever you can make it on next, I'll see about adding that to the rotation. I try and keep it a little bit different each week, like I said, because... Sarah. Because otherwise it's super boring for you guys. You don't want to hear the same songs every day you see me perform. Why would you come back if it's the same set every week? So, pardon me, I did one and only one official music video. And it was awesome and huge, and I kind of got the Blue Card Mafia together, and we rented out a field, and a bunch of animals and a bunch of things happened, and everybody came together, and it was super extra ultra awesome. And it's up on YouTube, and it's a lot of fun, and we did that thing. And I never perform it anymore, so I'm going to perform it now because it can. So, to wrap up tonight and this little mini set live from Blighty, let's do I Will Wait. I blame you, Newt, because you actually said we will wait. So, that's kind of the end of that. Rising, oh, light the light. Daylight's fading into night. Shadows roll along where the skies were blue. Looks like rain tonight, but I'll make it through. Still I'm standing. I know I'll get through. Time's all I have, and I will wait for. I will wait Special thanks to everybody that made it out tonight. Thanks to West Sage for all the help earlier. Thanks to Knut for being my seeing eye human. And that's kind of that. If I don't see you sooner, happy Christmas.